Thank you again. I want to address, I'm a very logical person, and I want to address the issue that I think I'm hearing. Don, you're telling us that the information is ours, the community. You're telling us that you've got state-of-the-art equipment, that you're finding things that you didn't even know existed. But you're also saying that you can't give us all this information yet because it's under it's under review to calculate it properly and make sure that the information is accurate. The fact is that I think we all agree, and I think we all know, and I think it will be confirmed by anyone who asks, that there is leaking coming off of that field. And if that's true, and if the study that Craig just provided to this council tonight is factual, which I believe it is because it's been peer reviewed, then it would seem to me that your monitor or monitors, whether it's 1, 2, or 50, would be picking up the fact that there is some benzene in the air. All right? And if that's true, then that should blow a whistle of urgency immediately. Not 6 months down the line, not after somebody has done their calculations and set the systems so that they are absolutely accurate. It should be something that is urgent now. And I don't understand. The logic here evades me. Why would anyone say, well, it will be yours as soon as we're comfortable with it, which leads me as a skeptical person to think that somebody's tampering, even though you're saying not. And usually when somebody says nobody's doing anything nefarious here, that always tells me that somebody is doing something nefarious. But the fact is, none of this makes sense. The logic doesn't flow. There should be some action taken now, not 6 months from now. How do you justify this situation? And I want to believe you, believe me. I want to believe that you are being honest here. But the words and the actions don't fit. Not in my mind.
Well, first off, we're not talking about 6 months. We're talking about, at most another week.
It shouldn't be a day.
Well, but here's the problem, and this is what everybody needs to understand. What if during a test run, an electrical blip occurs, and that instrument all of a sudden shows 85 ppb of benzene? It's not real data. But if it goes out to the public and the public doesn't understand it's not real data, then they are going to get concerned about something that wasn't an actual detection. It was an electrical blip that then gets dealt with by just, putting in an uninterruptible power supply or something like that.
How long have you been monitoring now?
Well, the BTEC systems, which we're referring to here, the ones that are super accurate, were put in last week.
So you've only had a week of data?
For that one?
No, we've been running data for months for methane and things like that, and that is actually on the website.
So you have not been able to detect benzene for anything more than a week, if that, right?
Using the latest versions and the best of the best of these gas chromatographs. And I mean, we had to get them in, we had to get them put together, we had to take them down. We've spent time at South Coast. The Air Quality Management District is very procedure oriented, and we spent a great deal of time there testing the systems to their satisfaction. It takes time to do all this.
Let me make a final statement. I assume that there is leakage out of that out of that field. I assume that the information that we're being given from this last study is accurate. Therefore, if we don't hear from you or someone else in an urgent period of time, which may be a week, maybe a day, maybe 3 days, maybe 10 days, if we don't hear anything that is called to an urgent issue, then I have to assume that all this information is inaccurate, that you're not finding anything. But if later on we find something, if it is found to be true, and nothing is said over this period of time, then I think there is nefarious actions being taken care of. And that's just my opinion. It doesn't mean that I'm right. I'm not God, but I can tell you that the logic doesn't fit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian. With nothing more to add, we can thank you again, Don, for being here. And like everyone said, if you can give some kind of update every week or every 2 weeks, especially right now,
Absolutely.
be great. And then any YouTube videos they were saying or any kind of clips you give, we can post it, upload it, etc. to get the information out. That'll be appreciated.
Perfect.